the UK Formula 1 Racing League. I'm your host, Lucas, otherwise known as RBR Percy, and today we're racing around Austria. Unfortunately, I did miss qualifying. That was due to YouTube playing up and not allowing me to enable live streaming settings and just stupid stuff. Just to ready up, I'm just going to give you a bit of information about Austria. The Austrian Grand Prix is located in Spielberg. Before being renamed to the Red Bull Ring, the track was formerly named as the Ring. The track is 2.6 miles long with 10 turns. Oh, and here we go. 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go. And it looks like everyone's got away cleanly. Abzi's had a good start, maintaining his first position. Brooksy also getting a good start. Had a bit of movement at the back. We've seen Dean making his way up the field. As we look at the pit stop strategy, if you're on the soft tyres, you're going to do one stop from soft to the mediums. A bit of collision at the back as the Williams, as Chartman collides with Henry, unfortunately. And Henry has been given a 5-second penalty for colliding with Coulthard. That's not going to do his race any good. I'm sure that Henry will be able to pit, serve his penalty and make his way back through the field. So just looking at what tyres everyone is on today, we've got everyone on soft tyres. And have we had a spinner? Unfortunately, yeah, Nave has spun, the Alfa Romeo driver. As we see Nosh and Coulthard both going into the pits. So yeah, as I was saying about the tyres, we've had everyone in the top 10 on the soft tyres. We've got Maverick on the mediums, Jim Strav also on the mediums, so both AlphaTauris going for the mediums, and then Nosh is just pit for the mediums as well. So just looking to see what battles are going on. We've got Bagos, who's 2 tenths behind Park. Sure, Bagos is going to want to look for the move. As he does, he goes up the inside. A bit of collision, and I think that's a broken wing for Park, unfortunately. Bagos not really leaving enough room for Park there, and both drivers colliding, and wing damage has been caused, unfortunately. We've got Philip, who's looking to capitalise on these two drivers trying to battle, as we see Brooksy setting the fastest lap for 1:6.9. You can see Bagos there trying to go for a move on Park up the inside into the Lauda curve. And Bagos does look like he's going to get the move done. He does, yeah. And Philip as well. As you see Philip absolutely storm up the inside of Park there. So Park losing 2 positions to both Renaults on the straight. We've also had Brooksy make a move for the lead, and Philip make a move for 3rd for the podium position. So I think that may be team orders from both Renaults, I'm not too sure. We've also got Brooksy, who's made a lead, pass to the lead. Got a bit of a train here from 3rd down to around 10th. So everyone's catching back up, and we've got Haas of Stee looking to make a move on Oscar, and there's been contact. Stee has unfortunately collided with Oscar, and that's caused him to go wide, and Jim Strav's coming through, and Jim Strav's going to have to be careful as Stee has rejoined a bit dangerously there. Unfortunately, Dean did have to cut the track there and get a 3-second time penalty. As we see Rushy looking to make a move. Rushy's a very good driver. Saw him race on, I think it was Friday. I'm not too sure. As there's been a spinner, Bagos. There's a driver in 4th position, the Renault. Has lost lots of positions there, spinning out at turn 3. Might have been a collision or might have just gotten the throttle a bit too early, not too sure. As we see Steve getting a 3-second time penalty there. As Bagos is just clipping the grass, and Absy and Brooksy are both sharing fastest laps at the moment. So we're just going to have a look at the position changes and see which drivers are now in which positions compared to where they started. As Bagos unfortunately gets a 2-second time penalty, was that? So we've had Dean make up 6 positions from the start. He's now in P7. We've also had all 3, Chartman, Maverick and Jimstav making up 5 positions. Brooksy has gained 1 position, Philip 2 positions, and Oscar has made a move up the inside of Park there, or round the outside, and there's been a big crash as Park and Oscar have collided, coming into the quick. Oh, and I think there was a bit of contact there between the AlphaTauri and the Ferrari, and Oscar has just taken out Maverick, and Maverick's going to have to be careful there rejoining. So I think Oscar's been a bit dirty there, not leaving driver's room. As you see, Maverick rejoining back onto the track now, as Park has gone into the pits to fix his front wing. As you see Steve make a move on Oscar, and I'm surprised Oscar's not pit there as he had a bit of damage to his wing. But Steve's gone wide, and this is going to allow Oscar to make a move. Steve obviously not having any deployment left with his battery, so it's going to be an easy move for Oscar there. A bit of contact, but nothing that won't buff out. And we see Nave who's looking to close the gap between the drivers as they're battling. Oscar also gets DRS on Jimstrav, and we'll see Jimstrav just move. As we see, fastest lap at the moment is Absy with a 168, and then Brooksy also has a 169. So these drivers looking very quick today. As you see there, getting another time penalty. So just look at the tyres people are on again. Most drivers are on the softs. We've got Jimstrav and Raw on mediums. So I wouldn't be surprised if most drivers try and do the one stop today. As you see Steve, it's just losing the back end there, coming through the penultimate corner. Not losing any positions, but lost a bit of time to Oscar in front of him. So as we look at the battle for the lead here, we have Absy, who has quite a lot of battery left, to be fair to him. He has 95% battery compared to Brooksy having 60%, so it's quite a bit more energy there for Absy as he's looking to maybe make a move on Brooksy. But I know Brooksy personally as a friend and as a teammate. Brooksy's a very quick driver. Couple of leagues we both racing as teammates, and a very quick driver, yeah, he is. As you see Frodo looking to get past Dean, and I've also seen Dean race as well, as Frodo's got 10% battery and Dean has 33%, so I don't think Frodo's really going to be a threat to Dean, as Dean is probably going to be quicker down the straight. I don't know whether setups are on or off, as Dean's run out of deployment for that lap, so he's obviously used most of his energy that lap. Not used all of it to run out of battery, just used all his deployment. As you see Frodo, yeah, go up the inside of Dean through turn 1, the ladder curve. And now Frodo's out of battery, so this is going to allow Dean maybe to make a move up the inside. As you see, late braking for Dean, and he makes a move back up to 4th. And we've still got the battle here for the lead. As Rushy, I've missed that. I've completely missed that. Rushy, I can't speak there. Rushy's been able to pass Frodo on the exit of turn 3. You see Rushy go a bit wide there through turn 4. The famous corner where Lewis Hamilton unfortunately clipped the rookie driver Alex Albon at the Austrian Grand Prix in 2020. But yeah, a bit of battles going on in the midfield. There's still the battle for the lead between Absi and Brooksy. I want to stay on board with these two drivers, see how the battle plays out really, because I know both these drivers looking quick, especially in qualifying as they were P1 and P2. See Absi now have DRS and Brooksy, not using any overtake here Absi, so he's obviously looking to try and make a move. Maybe not down the straight, looking to see if Brooksy are making mistakes really. Doesn't want to use any of his overtake this part of the race, as he knows he's going to be quick on those soft tyres. Brooksy, very good driver of managing his tyres, can definitely stretch his tyres to at least lap 12, maybe 13. 6 sets of not softs, mediums on, go to the end on them. It's a bit of dirty air kicking in there for Absi, understeering through the quick fast flowing corners. You've seen Park there getting another penalty. So then DRS enabled again for Absi here, not using his overtake again. Oh, as he deploys a tiny bit of it, but not enough to catch up to Brooks in the straight. Using all the curb on the left for the best entry into turn 1. Now we're using all his overtake and the DRS to his advantage, trying to get closer to Brooksy in the slipstream, tucking in nicely, using all the curb again on the left for the best exit in turn 3. Coming down now to turn 4, using his overtake, sitting in the slipstream of Brooksy, hogging the left curb on the outside, missing the apex on the inside, but that's not going to hamper his exit. We're just looking down the grid. We've still got Rush, Frodo and Dean battling, as we see. Rush here is going to look maybe to go for a move on Dean. No, he's not. He's just going to tuck in behind and maybe wait for Dean to make a mistake. As we see Park at the back of the grid, closing the gap between himself and Coolsign there. You see Coolsign just let Rush go maybe, I'm not too sure. No, Coolsign's gone for the switchback. That's an excellent move by Coolsign Rambo. As we see Park there wanting to go back up the inside of Rambo, but yeah, brilliant racecraft there from Coolsign, teasing Park to go up the inside and then getting a brilliant switchback on him. And switchback of dreams there from Coolsign really. We've still got the midfield battle between Dean, Rushy and Frodo. You see Rushy not wanting to make any rash moves at the moment, just saving his ERS. Dean is at the moment still got 100% deployment, so he's looking fine. We've also got Jim Strav on those medium tyres, looking to maybe make a move on Chartman as he's on older soft tyres. So at the moment, at this part of the race, Jim Strav's tyres are definitely going to be a lot quicker than Chartman's. Just right on board here as we see Brooksy's managed to increase the gap between himself and Absi. We've also got Nave, maybe going to look to make a move on Oscar. As we see Oscar's left end plate is a bit damaged, as we see Oscar going to the pit there, and Nave managed to make a move around the outside. So as we head on to lap 12 now, I'll just run through the grid. We've got Brooksy still in first, Absi in second, Philip in third, we've got Dean in fourth, Rushy fifth, Frodo in sixth, Jim Strav, who's managed to make the move on Chartman up into turn 3, is in seventh. As we said, Chartman's in eighth. Nave is ninth, and Henry in the Ferrari rounds off the point scoring positions. And I think we may have a spinner. Is that Maverick? Yeah, Maverick has spun, unfortunately, and the penultimate final corner as we see the leaders come through. And yeah, the race is looking very tight at the moment in the midfield, especially this battle for fourth between these three drivers. You see Rushy's gonna pit this lap, is he? Yes, he is. So that's just good driving there from Rushy, keeping in the pit entry line, not cutting the line, which is fair play to him. As we've still got that battle for the lead going on, as Brooksy's just not allowing Absy in the slipstream. Absy may be purposely staying out the slipstream to cool down his engine. Not too sure. So we see Absy's still got plenty of overtake compared to Brooksy. Brooksy's got less than half of what Absy's got, as Absy still has 100%. As we see Henry going into the pit now for a fresh set of medium tyres. So we've got Frodo, who's unfortunately not managed to stay within the 1 second window of Dean. So that's going to allow Dean to maybe push on now, and he's got an 11-second gap between himself and second, and he's got 8-second gap between himself and fourth. As we see, Oscar has gone on to fresh hard, so Oscar's going to want to go to the end on them hards now. As we see Maverick, who's retired in the pits. I thought that was to retire on the track, but no, he's retired in pits. So it's good from Maverick, they're retiring in the pits. So we've still got race really. Absy and Brooksy, both quick drivers, as Rushy's on fresh hards as well. So drivers that just want to be... Oh no, it's fine now. Maverick's AI has got off the track. I was just going to say the drivers are going to have to be careful going down the straight up to turn 2 and turn 3 as Maverick's AI is driving, but it's moved now. As Brooksy has been given a 3-second time penalty, so that's going to hamper his race. He's going to have to push and see if he can make a 3-second time advantage between himself and Absy at the end of the race if he wants his win. As you see Park looking to make a move on, and for some reason the game's not on Park anymore, it's back on Brooksy. Oh no, it's not, it's on Park. And Jim Strav just made a move on, no, Frodo the Ram, sorry, who's gone on to a fresh set of hards, so he's going to want to go to the end. As we see, is that call sign maybe? Yeah, call sign is spun, so fair play for him getting out of the way of Oscar coming through as Pargos has left the session. And we've got Raw in the pits. It's going to go on to a fresh set of medium tyres. So we've not really got any battles going on really now. We've still got Park and Steve going at it. But other than that, we've got the battle for the lead. But the midfield's been separated now by quite a bit. As you see, Rushy has managed to make the undercut work on Frodo. As you see, Park looking to go around the outside of Stu, not making the move work. But yeah, as I was saying, Rushy pitting that lap earlier compared to Frodo, and he's managed to create a gap between himself and Frodo Man. As before we pit, the gap was only 8 tenths, I think, maybe 6 tenths, and now the gap's 1.4. So the undercut, yeah, worked for Rushy there. See a couple of drivers going into the pits, Dean and Philip, looking to put on a fresh set of medium tyres and go to the end of the race on them. So unfortunately, we have had 2 drivers retire. As Rushy, yeah, he's managed to jump Dean, so the undercut really working there for Rushy. So Dean at this stage of the race is going to be a lot quicker than Rushy is. He's on a fresh set of mediums, and Rushy is on the hards. But then coming to the end of the race, Dean's going to be, he's going to have to manage his tyre wears, as we've had a spinner, as Henry has spun at turn 1, so the leaders are going to have to be careful coming up to turn 1 now. So we see Brooksy there managing to create a gap between himself and Absy now. Maybe using his well, Brooksy has more than half of what Absi has in battery usage in the last couple of laps. Because when I did last check, Brooksy had less than half of what Absi has, but now it's the other way around. So Brooksy obviously not having to push as hard now. Oh, I have not noticed that, but both drivers have pit. So I've obviously was too busy looking at the battle between Dean and Rushy. As you see, Dean here going to look to go up the inside of turn 4. Both drivers leaving enough room, and I don't know why the game has not stayed on. What is the game doing? Here we go. Both drivers still side by side. Let's see Dean. Is he going to want to go up the inside? Yeah, Dean's going to go up the inside for the penultimate corner. The right-hander. Both drivers leaving enough room, and it's fair racing. Oh, and a bit of contact, and Dean has unfortunately lost his left end plate. So Dean's going to be a lot slower than Rushy now. As we see him try and make a move up the inside, late braking. And Rushy has cut that corner massively below the curb. As Dean is now up into P5. So yeah, that's unfortunate there for Dean. I think maybe Rushy braked a bit early, or Dean missed his braking point there, hit the back of Rushy and lost his wing. As we've still got that battle for first place going on between Abdi and Brooksy. These two drivers are absolutely flying, lap by lap. Gap is not moving whatsoever. Still 5 tenths between both of these drivers, as Codemaster's given us a nice little view here at the back of Brooksy's rear right tyre, and you can see how close Abdi is coming into turn 1. So now then, Brooksy using all his overtake, Abdi using his overtake as well, as both drivers going to go side by side into turn 3. Brooksy looking to get the switchback. It's an excellent switchback there from Brooksy, as Brooksy's going to have the DRS now down the back straight. Coming into turn 4, Brooksy's managing to get ahead. Brooksy using his overtake. Absi having less than 30% overtake now, as Brooksy managing to keep it up the inside of Absi. Brilliant driving between both these drivers. That's the sort of fair, clean driving you want in league racing. You see Rushy still looking to get past Dean, as Dean has a damaged car. We've got Park just coming out the pits there, right behind Raw. We've still got Henry's 25 seconds behind Park, so Park's not really under threat from any drivers, as Jim Shab's on them fresh soft tyres, so looking to go on to the end of the race on them soft tyres. Jim Strav is going to be one of the quickest drivers on the track now. Just look at the penalty situation. So we've had Brooksy, who's on a 3-second penalty. We've got Absi and Philip don't have any penalties at the moment. Dean with 6 seconds, Rushy with 6 seconds, Steve with 6 seconds, and Henry with 6 seconds. We've got Nave with 3, Raw and Coulson both with 9, and then Park with 13. 3 driver battle for 4th position, so these drivers really want this 4th position here. Dean managing his car okay with that damaged left end plate. I'm sure that Dean, if he didn't have that damaged left end plate, he could be flying really. As we've got Park managed to finally make a move on Raw, but Raw, is he going to want to make a move at the inside? No. Raw knows that he's got worse tyres compared to Park, and he's just going to allow Park to go through. He doesn't want to really damage his own race, as it's the Oscar there, rejoin. See Absi looking to go maybe round the outside of Brooksy. We'll just go on board now with a helicopter. You see Brooksy squeezing Absi off the track, doing the Max Verstappen. Codemasters unfortunately cuts out to Philip there, but yeah, Brooksy leaving enough room for Absi there. I'm not too sure. I didn't really see it, but I say he did leave enough room. Absi's looking to stay side by side through the exit of turn 3, but as we saw in 2019 when Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen were battling for P1 and Max Verstappen squeezed Leclerc off. Nothing was done there, so I don't think anything will be done here either. Just a bit of Brooksy getting his elbows out, really. You see Jim Strav really making his way through the field now on these soft tyres. This Stee moves under well, he moves twice there, Stee, so I'm not sure Jim Strav's going to be happy. Jim Strav's really going to want to make his way past Stee at the moment, as he doesn't want to hamper his race. We'll just ride on board with Stee now, or not Stee, Jim Strav, sorry. As we see, Rushy's made his way past Dean, so Rushy maybe going to be able to push on now and try and increase the gap between himself and Dean. See Steve getting a bit loose there on the exit of the louder curve, and that's allowed Jim Strav to overtake Steve before turn 3. So good racecraft there from Jim Strav. I see yellow flags are just a bit of a Codemasters glitch, I think. As Dean has made his way past Rushy, so I've missed this as I was on board with Steve and Jim Strav. But yeah, Dean's made his way back past Rushy. And I'm just going to check the race director, as I want to see how many warnings Absy has. Absy only having that one warning. So 2 more warnings and he does get a 3-second time penalty. And I do want to check Brooksy. So Brooksy obviously having that time penalty and no other warnings. So Brooksy looking good, so is Absy. Frodo 2 tenths behind Rushy here. You see Rushy getting a really good exit out of turn 1. Now right on the back of Dean, but unfortunately Rushy doesn't have a lot of overtake, so all drivers, or most drivers, are really looking, and it's a big dive from Rushy, who's gone straight on at turn 3, and he's going to lose both positions. So yeah, Dean and Frodo look getting past Rushy there. A bit of impatient driving from Rushy there, getting a bit frustrated with Dean and looking to make a huge dive on into turn 3 and not really working there. I think Dean saw it coming, and Rushy's lost quite a lot of time there. So I think, and there's a battle for the lead going on there as Absy's made his way past Brooksy, and there's a bit of contact, so I'm not too sure if Absy's gone for a really late dive on Brooksy there and both drivers colliding, as we see Absy clipping the grass there and Brooksy managing to fly straight past. So it's a really good battle between both these drivers, Brooksy and Absy here, as they battle for what will be the race lead. I'm sure Absy doesn't really want to fight Brooksy this hard, as he knows Brooksy's got a 3-second time penalty. So then, as we just look at what tyres everyone on, we've got Jim Strav, who's the only driver on the softs. We've also got Frodo, Rushy and Oscar, who are on the hards, and then the rest of the grid are all on mediums. As we've got Frodo 3 tenths behind Dean here. It's the first race I've seen Frodo race, so at the moment he's a very good driver, very quick, very patient, doesn't really want to make any rash moves. I suppose P5 will be a good result there for Frodo, as he has made 2 positions, unlike Dean, who's qualified in P13, he's made his way up to P4. And Jim Strav as well, qualified in P16, he's made his way up to P9, and Jim Strav could be looking to get past Rushy here, as he's on much fresher soft tyres, and Jim Strav could be in contention to get P4 maybe. You see a really big battle here between 4 drivers. So Dean, as we just have a little bit of team radio there from the harsh driver Brooksy, saying he let Absy go, so Brooksy obviously not wanting to fight with Absy that much, as he knows he has a 3-second time penalty, and Brooksy, I think he knows that Absy now is going to really want to push and make a gap between himself and Brooksy. Brooksy does have a 22-second gap between himself and Philip in third, so I'm sure Brooksy could have maybe battled with Absy, try and force Absy into some errors, maybe cause Absy to go wide and get a time penalty. I'm sure Brooksy tried to do that at some stages in the race, but not managing to force Absy into any errors there. So we see Frodo managing to get past Dean. We've got Rushy right on the back of Dean now, so we'll just ride on board with Jim Strav, who has the best view of this four-way battle. So Dean up the inside of Frodo, a bit of contact there. Dean losing the back end a bit. See yellow flags in sector 1, and Jim Strav here. And now I hope Jim Strav goes up the inside. It'll be a brilliant move, but no, Jim Strav's biding his time, playing a patient game on his fresh tyres, and there we go. Jim Strav forced Rushy to go wide, and Jim Strav's Jim Strav's made his way through into P6. So Jim Strav making good ground here on a fresh set of soft tyres. As we've got 10 laps left of this Austrian Grand Prix. As we've still got this four-way battle for P4 now. I wonder at the end of the race if Jim Strav's tyres are going to puncture or not, because Jim Strav's been on these tyres for how long? 7 laps, and with 10 laps to go, I'm not sure if Jim Strav will be able to make these tyres last. I know you could probably make soft tyres last. As there's been a bit of an error there from, is that Brooksy? I'm not too sure. Stee is retired from the race, so what happens there? Okay, team radio there between both Haas drivers. Brooksy speaking to his teammate as a virtual safety car has been deployed. Brooksy just saying that his teammate has purposely drove into the wall. So I think Stee not having the best of races today. Just a bit angry with himself there. And yeah, as Brooksy says in team radio, just driving straight into the wall. As Nave unfortunately getting a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car, or the virtual safety car, sorry. And Jim Strav now right on the back of Dean, as we see a bit of lag there from Jim Strav. I've raced with Jim Strav in a couple of leagues before, and Jim Strav's always been a bit laggy as Rushy's gone into the pit, so Rushy going to put on a fresh set of soft tyres. As you see Jim Strav there making a move past Dean. Dean cutting the corner a bit. Exceeding track limits there, but Jim Strav making the move, and Dean's going to want to look to maybe go around the outside of Jim Strav into the track. I think Jim Strav knows that's coming, and has placed his car in the best part of the track. We've got a couple of drivers in the pits now. We've got Rushy, Nave, Park and Raw all in the pits, looking to maybe put a fresh set of soft tyres on. Oh no, those drivers were serving drive-through penalties, sorry. My bad. As we see, there's another three-way battle going on here for P8. So we've got both Alfa Romeos and Oscar, the Ferrari driver, looking to get into P8 for what would be 4 points. So as you see, Jim Strav, yeah, looking to get past Frodo. Frodo's on much older tyres than Jim Strav, but Jim Strav's tyres are going to be a lot more worn than Frodo's, as Jim Strav is on the softer compound. So I'm just going to ride on board now with Jim Strav. I won't be talking this lap, so we can just hear the pure engine sounds. Okay, so we see the oh, and Jim Strav, I thought Jim Strav made a mistake there, but he didn't. As we see Park retiring from the race. I wonder if Park has retired in the pit lane. Yeah, he hasn't. His AI is just stopped on the track in a good position, so I don't think any safety cars going to be needed, or virtual safety cars. The Jim Strav's already created a 1.2 second gap between himself and Frodo. So Jim Stav looking good here. 15 seconds behind third place. I'm not too sure Jim Stav's going to be able to catch up with 7 laps remaining, but it's been a very good effort from Jim Strav. Qualifying in P16, making his way up to P4. Jim Strav obviously having his head screwed on today, and his strategy got it to a T. And to see Nave in P9 wanting to get past Oscar, so both Alfa Romeos are in P7 and P8. This is really the only battle on track, or the closest battle on track. Most drivers are now separated by a couple of seconds. As you see, Henry's on a fresh set of softs, but with 6 laps remaining, I don't really think Henry's going to be able to gain, 14 seconds to Raw. As we see, Chartman in the final points positions in P10 on the medium tyres. As we just hear again, team radio from Brooksy, not getting happy with Chartman in P10. Obviously wants Chartman to get out of the way, and now Chartman's going to have to get out of the way here, coming into the flow-in right and penultimate corner. Yeah, Chartman getting out of the way there nicely. We just ride on board with Absi, as we see the Alfa Romeo not getting out of Absi's way either. So this might play into Brooksy's hands here. If Absi gets held even more by these drivers, then he may be able to or Brooksy may be able to capitalise on these drivers not getting out of the way. As you see Absi there getting a bit frustrated with the Alfa Romeo driver and weaving. As you see, Nave still not getting out of the way, so see more team radio there from Brooksy. As you see, Nave go a bit deep there, and both drivers getting really frustrated. I think Brooksy's forgot to turn his radio off. See, Brooksy really capitalising on this incident between Nave and Absi here. Gap was 1.9 seconds at the start of his lap, it's now 1.1 second. And Brooksy may even be able to get DRS now, as you see Absi now managing to get his way past Nave. So now we're going to have to wait for Brooksy, see if he can make his way past Nave. Nave not really getting out the way for Brooksy there. So a bit unsportsmanlike driving from Nave. As Brooksy's managed to close the gap again between himself and Absi. So if Absi now gets a 3-second time penalty, Brooksy's going to be back in contention for the race win. As we'll just stay on board now with Brooksy. As you see the Ferrari not getting out of Brooksy's way, so I think Brooksy's getting a bit frustrated here with the Ferrari. He got out the Mercedes of Absi's way, but he's not getting out the Haas's way, so I think Brooksy is getting a bit frustrated here. Yeah, Brooksy's losing quite a lot of time to the Mercedes driver. As you see Oscar finally get out the way there. Well, I'm not even pretty sure he meant to get out the way, I just think he went a bit wide. We'll just ride on board now with Brooksy, as we'll see if he can manage to close up the gap between himself and Absi. Brooksy and Absi both having the exact same amount of energy, so both drivers managing their ERS battery very well. See Brooksy using his DRS to his advantage at the moment. DRS is going to give him about 2 tenths down the straight, maybe if Absi doesn't use his energy, but Absi has used his energy there, so Brooksy's not really going to gain there. As we see, there's not really any battles on track. This is the closest battle. We see Jim Strath has now pushed the gap to 4 seconds between himself and Frodo in 5th, as we're coming on to the penultimate lap now. Yeah, no more no more battles really. All the drivers are separated by a big gap. I think we've got Jim Strav, who's going to be the driver to watch now, to see if he can manage his tyres and hold them till the end of the race. I know he has got a big gap between himself and Frodo, but if Jim Strav doesn't be careful on these soft tyres, they may get a puncture. So we'll just look at the penalty situation again. So we've got a couple of drivers with 15 seconds. We've got Henry and Rushy both on 12. We've got Dean and Gnave on 9 as well. We've got Oscar on 8. Brooksy, Frodo, and as we see Frodo there getting another 3-second time penalty. We've got Brooksy and Chartman with 3 seconds. So some drivers managing to not get any penalties today. Who are those drivers are Absy, Philip, Jim Strav, sorry, and yeah, probably Jim Strav, my driver of the day today. You know, qualifying in P16, I know Jim Strav's a lot quicker than P16. As you've seen in the race, Jim Strav making his way up 12 positions, having a brilliant strategy from Jim Strav, biding his time in overtaking drivers, not being impatient, just looking for those errors, forcing drivers into errors and making his way through there. See, not really any battles now, so we'll ride on board with our leader and a driver who's not really been comfortable with the race today, as himself and Brooksy were battling for, I'd say, the best part of 20 laps. This driver wasn't pole though, Absy. I think unfortunately Brooksy was taken out in qualifying, so he didn't really get to set his fastest lap. But yeah, Absy getting pole position as we see him come around the penultimate corner now. Coming across the curb, and the Mercedes driver of Absy swerves and crosses the line to win the Austrian Grand Prix, as we see Brooksy finish in second. We also have the Renault driver of Philip, as we see a couple of the lap cars finishing now, as Chartman's managed to make his way into P9 because of penalties, as we see, pardon me, we see Philip, the Renault driver, coming to the final corner now, and Philip is going to take 15 points from the Austrian Grand Prix today. Great race from Philip. But my driver of the day, Jim Strav, using all his battery on this last lap, pushing maybe for the fastest lap. As you see Jim Strav come across the line now, and it's an excellent race from Jim Strav to start in P16 and finish in P4. That's the best race you could possibly ask for. As you see Frodo finishing 5th, Dean coming across the line now in 6th, and Rushy gonna finish in 7th. So it's been an excellent Grand Prix today. I fully enjoyed it. I'm going to see if we can get an interview with Brooksy after the race. As we see, driver of the day, Jim Strav, 100% deserved. Qualifying in P16, making his way up to P4, gaining 12 positions. Excellent drive there from Jim Strav. As you see, the race winner, Absu, lifting his trophy. You see Brooksy there. I think Brooksy will be happy with P2 in the end, especially with that 3-second time penalty. Nothing he can do really from then. So yeah, it's been a great Grand Prix today. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. A lot of good battles. We'll just run through the final grid, as we have Absy, the Mercedes driver, in P1 with fastest lap as well. So that's 4 points for Absy. We've got Brooksy in P2, Philip in P3, Jim Strav P4, Frodo P5, Dean P6, Rushy P7, Oscar P8, Chartman P9, and in the final point scoring position we have Nave. Rounding off the results, we have Henry in P11, Raw P12, Coolsign in 13th, Park in 14th, Stee in 15th, 16th was Maverick, and rounding off the results is Burgos in 17th. So just want to try and get an interview with Brooksy here. Brooksy, you there? Yeah, good race from you today. Um, what happened in qualifying? I heard you said that you got hit out in the chat. What happened? It's unfortunate there for you. Were you up on your time? Can I get a how much were you up by? So that maybe would have put you in contention for pole position. Anyway, your start was a brilliant start for you, making your way up to P2 in the first couple of laps. How'd you manage to get past? I didn't really see. Yeah, I meant how'd you get up into P1? Sorry. What lap was that on? Yeah, you were really in control of the race for the first 20 laps. I bet you're disappointed in getting that 3 second tyre penalty, as if you didn't really get it, you would have maybe been in contention for the win. That's unfortunate for you. We did have a lot of team radios from you. I'm sure you forgot to turn your radio button off. What happened to your teammate? It's unfortunate there. As you see, I just want to get your thoughts on Jim's drive today. Started in P16, finished in P4. How do you think you did? Thank you, Brooksy. Thank you, Brooksy. And I just want to congratulate you on P2. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching this UK Formula 1 Racing League Round 4 at Austria. I'm not too sure what race is next week. I will ask Brooksy now. Brooksy, what race is next week? Brooksy doesn't have a clue either, but yeah, thank you for watching today. Make sure to tune back in next Sunday at 8 p.m. I will get qualifying in this time, as we had a bit of issues with YouTube. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please take care and peace.